Hey y'all, I'm Mexican Uppercuts. I'm a master ranked Zangief player in North America, and I'm going to show all you fellow Zangief mains how to deal with each matchup in Street Fighter 6. This first one is going to be the notorious Edmund Honda. This guy, he's all over ranked, he's awful to fight if you don't know what you're doing, and it's really easy for him to just kind of scrub you out. So I'm going to give you a few things that'll make this matchup a lot more manageable. After this, you're going to have every Honda player within the general area just getting really mad that they can't gimmick you to death anymore. Anyway, let's get going. Alright, first things first, we gotta learn how to deal with this headbutt. This move is belligerent and privileged as all hell. It's fast, goes full screen, it's safe on block, it hits like a freaking truck, and even if you do block it, it takes a giant chunk out of your drive gauge. If you can't deal with this move, Honda's just gonna absolutely destroy you. You've probably heard a lot of people tell you to use Lariat, but honestly, Lariat's kind of slow. And it requires a little bit of a prediction since heavy headbutt is so fast. It's really only useful at like this range where you're like, okay, yeah, I can react to a headbutt from here. But even that, like I knew it was coming and I still did it too slow. And even most Hondas know you're looking for it. Like they'll try to fake you out or they'll delay their timing or something. And Lariat's just not as reliable as people would like you to think. You're honestly better off trying to go for a perfect parry. It's safer, it's a little more consistent. Yeah, you don't get the damage, but even if you mess up, you don't lose a ton of drive gauge like you would if you blocked it. Like, look at the difference there. So, it's a much more consistent and just better option overall to go for a perfect parry. Especially if you have old man reactions like me. Plus, you know, the slowdown on the perfect parry looks super cool. Assuming I can get it real quick. Yeah, I mean, just look at that. You flex on him and get a nice little a heavy SPD punish. So, yeah, you know, go for the perfect parry. Lariat's just not worth the risk. Unless you have reactions of a god, which I don't. But, I mean, go for it. You do you, man. Alright, let's move on to the next move. The Honda Butt Slam. This move is pretty common. A lot of Hondas like to spam this. Like this move and headbutt because it's +1 on block, so they get to get pressure, it covers a lot of distance, and if you don't know how to deal with it, this move is really, really, really belligerent. But luckily, since we're Zangief, we have an easy solution to this move. We can just Lariat. It beats it clean. You can just send Honda's cheeks to the Shadow Realm. And Lariat's huge, so it doesn't matter if he tries to fake you out by whiffing or anything. You can always just catch him. It's great. The only thing is you do kind of have to time it a little bit. This is one of the only times where having slow reactions might actually help you a bit. Because if you delay it, you delay your Lariat input, it does two things. It makes it a more consistent anti-air, and it also protects you from cross-ups. You probably noticed there, like even though Honda was on the other side, Geef turned around and hit him out of the air. You don't want to do it too early because if you do, Honda might just straight win like that. Or you might trade. So you want to wait on your Lariat input to protect yourself against cross-ups and to just make it a more consistent anti-air option. You could go for a perfect parry if you want, but if you mess it up, he's still +1 in your face. And if you mess up the timing, like maybe he might even hit you. Like it's perfect. This is a case where Lariat is definitely better than perfect parry. It's like the opposite of headbutt. With headbutt, you want to go for the perfect parry because it's more consistent. With butt slam, you want to go with Lariat because it's more consistent. Just practice keeping an eye out for it. It seems like it's fast, and it is. But once you get used to seeing it, you'll be fine. Just make sure to Lariat his sumo cheeks out of the air, and you'll be fine. Alright. Now that we know how to deal with this headbutt and his butt slam, let's talk about just the neutral game, how to deal with everything else. But to be honest, once you've dealt with the headbutt and the butt slam, Honda doesn't have much else that can really scare you. He does have strong normals, but they're dependent on him being able to get in your face with the headbutt and the butt slam. So if you deal with those properly, these normals aren't nearly as good. You typically want to keep him around this distance. It's around round start distance. A little closer is fine, a little farther is fine, but you want to keep him at a distance where he can't hit you with his normals, but you still have enough time to react to headbutt things, butt slam things, all that stuff. The reason why you want to do this is because since he can't reach you, he's forced to commit resources to drive rush into you. And if he's forced to drive rush into you, then that means you have enough time to check his approach. He might come in and drive rush with a medium punch. He might come in and drive rush in with a low. Who knows? But because you've kept him at this distance, just check him. You've forced him to approach you in a way that you can react to. And at that point, you should be able to just like slowly walk him to the corner. Okay, yeah, he drive rushed into you. Cool. You've checked him, and now he's scared to drive rush. He'll be scared. He'll walk backwards. And you'll just walk him to the corner, do Zangief things. Another really common like scrub killer tactic. You're gonna see this a lot in the you're gonna see this a lot in like gold, platinum, and even and some diamond too. They'll headbutt and then immediately go into drive impact afterwards, because they'll be like, oh, it's my you'll think it's your turn because you block the headbutt, but the Honda's gonna expect that, and he's gonna drive impact whatever button you throw out, and you're just gonna eat a drive impact to the face. So in order to counter this with Zangief, a good thing to do is to, if you're gonna challenge, throw out a crouching medium punch so you can cancel into DI, or maybe throw out a standing light kick. Just use a normal that you can cancel into drive impact. Just throw it out, keep an eye out for the drive impact that the Honda's probably gonna do, and you'll be fine. The light kick is probably a better option, because if the Honda decides to not do the drive impact follow-up, your medium punch is probably going to whiff. Your light kick is probably going to whiff as well, but it recovers a lot faster, so it's just safer. Yeah, this will hopefully these smooth brain tactics won't catch you too often. So just if you're gonna challenge that headbutt, just use a button that you can cancel. Alright. At this point, you've taken away Honda's most spammable tools, and now you just adjust to whatever your opponent specifically does, and abuse any bad habits or tendencies that they have. So now I'm just gonna go through some random things that you might encounter in a match, and hopefully they'll help you out. One thing, you really need to have your anti-airs on lock against Honda. He's got some really deceptive air mobility, and it's strong. He's got this really weird like jumping punch thing where he can kind of drift forward or backwards. So a lot of Hondas like to just hold up whenever they wake up, so they can use this. You just anti-air it with Lariat. It's slow enough to react to, and you know, there's not much to it. So just be careful going for command grabs when they wake up, because they might just be holding up to do that punch. Another option that he has, he can use his EX headbutt to armor through any like pressure moves that you have. It has armor on frame 1. It's got 2 hits of armor. Zangief can't really deal with it. So what you need to do, you just need to block it. It's minus 20 on block, and you can get a heavy SPD off of it. It looks like he's kind of far, like, so you might think, oh, heavy won't reach. It doesn't matter. You can still just scoop him. It's not that. So yeah, just bait it out. It's like a wake up uppercut from a Ryu or a Ken. You bait it out and you punish it. This move isn't invincible, but some Hondas do like to do it just in case your wake up buttons get messed up, or you mess up your wake up pressure. You can bait it out and just lariat it like the normal one, or if your meaty timings are on point, you'll just beat it clean anyway. So yeah, EX butt slam isn't that big of a deal, but you might see it every now and then. And finally, his last option on wake up is his level 1 super. If Honda has 1 bar of super meter, this is locked and loaded. It's fully invincible on startup, so it'll beat any meaty that you try to do. So just like with the EX headbutt, just bait it out, block it, and punish him with a heavy command grab. Yeah, like those, Honda doesn't have great defense. He has to expend resources. But if you bait them out, you can punish him extremely hard. So just, you know, be careful when you knock a Honda down. He does have quite a few options. this wasn't meant to be an all-inclusive guide or anything. I know I could have gone over a lot more things like Honda's frame data, like his normals, like what buttons are plus, what buttons are punishable and all that stuff. But to be honest, like in gold, silver, platinum, diamond, the things that you're going to have to learn how to deal with are his headbutt and his butt slam and just some gimmicks. You might run into a player occasionally who can really utilize his frame data to its fullest, but in an online environment on the ranked ladder, you're just going to run into some people who are going to try to cheese you out. So that was the goal here. I just wanted to provide y'all with some information that can help you deal with that. But I hope this is enough to make this matchup a lot more manageable for you and turn the tables on this online menace. Now, get out there and just SPD your way up to the master rank. Thanks for sticking with me through this guide. Like and share the video, and good luck in your climb, y'all. Have a good day. Take care.